Hare Krishna, welcome all of you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय, निताय चैतन्य की जय, परशुराम भगवान की जय, वामन देव की जय, गिरि गोवर्धन की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome all of you. So today we are going to do the chapter number 6, also called as the Dhyana Yoga. And today's verse is 6.43. So before going to 6.43, we will see the previous two verses. So in the previous two verses, what was being said, we will see that also. Okay. So there's a question that has been asked by Arjuna, that what would happen to an unsuccessful yogi, right? So basically, when somebody is not able to complete his yoga practice and he dies, right? Then what would happen to him? He would neither be here nor be in the spiritual world. So what would happen to him is what Arjuna is asking. That's what he says, like, what would happen to the destination of an unsuccessful transcendentalist who is in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and thus does not attain the perfection in mysticism. And then further Arjuna is asking this, that O mighty armed Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both the spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere? Because Arjuna was materially also very successful person, right? He was a very skilled warrior and he was a great king. I mean, he was assisting the king, Yudhishthira Maharaj, and he was a great Kshatriya, right? He was definitely very skilled personality, right? And materially he is very, very successful without any doubt. So now Krishna is talking about spiritual education, right? That is the yoga system, right? That is about going inwards and worshipping Lord Sri Krishna, right? So telling about this, what will happen to me if I'm going to take this practice and if I become failure in between? You are saying that if I do this yoga practice, I will be able to become liberated. I will become a transcendentalist or a man of steady intelligence. But what if I am not successful? What would happen? I would neither be materially successful nor be spiritually successful. I'll be like a complete failure. So therefore, I am asking you this question to please dispel it completely. Right? So this is a very important question by Arjuna. Right? This is the question that everybody would get who is inside in doing this kind of spiritual practices. Right? When we are doing spiritual practice, it's a natural doubt that we'll get. What is the benefit that I'm going to get Krishna consciousness? Why should I do this yoga system? Why should I take up the instructions of Krishna? Why am I not fine without it? So for that, Lord Krishna is answering. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Partha Naiveha Namutra Vinashastasya Vidyate Nahi Kalyana Kritkaschit Durgatim Tata Gachiti. Supreme Personality of Godhead said, son of Partha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction either in this world or in the spiritual world. The one who does good, my dear friend, is never overcome by evil. So Lord Krishna is encouraging Arjuna and telling him that don't have a negative mindset. Yoga system is a very positive and an auspicious activity, which will help you to be happy in this world also and to be happy in the next world also. So it is like an immunity for us in this material world, right? We're suffering from so many kinds of material miseries and we don't have the peace of mind also. So Krishna is saying Anybody who is engaged in auspicious activities, like the system that Lord Krishna has described, he will never meet with destruction, either in this world or in the spiritual world. So, nahi kalyana krit kaschit, durgatim tata gachati. So, that person will not fall down. He will never be overcome by evil. And further, Krishna said, Prapya punya kritan lokam usitva shashvati samaha shuchinam srimatam gehe yoga bhrashto bhi jayate. So, this unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. So, here is the primary benefit, basic benefits, right? If you are unsuccessful, if you are not able to go back to Godhead, but you have practiced Krishna consciousness, you have chanted and you have done so many practices, but you did not go back to Godhead due to worldly mindedness. Maybe at the time of dying, we remembered some material desires, right? We did not put our mind on Krishna. We did not chant about Krishna. So then what happens is, the unsuccessful yogi, he will be going to the planet of pious living entities. Prapta punya kritam lokan. So that is a benefit, is it not? Going to the pious living entities of the planets, going to the higher planetary system, that's very good, is it not? And then, Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe, being born in the family of righteous people. That is one benefit. Being born in the family of rich aristocracy. That is also a very nice benefit, is it not? So, is there no difference between a person who is born in a poor family and a rich family? Person who is born in a poor family has a natural disadvantage, and he has to only think about earning his bread, right? And making a living, right? For finding a shelter. So all his mind, all his energy would be going only around these basic things. That is the food, shelter, eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. These kind of materialistic kind of things, only all lifetime will be finished in that, is it not? But those who are rich, at least they have an opportunity that they can think about the higher principles of life. Just like that Maslow's triangle, right? So food, shelter, and then the basics. When the basics are fulfilled, then we can think about the higher principles of life. So that is an advantage. But whether those who are born in the family of rich, are they utilizing this or not? That is a secondary question. The opportunity is given. Now, if you are using it or not, that is different. Because we see that most of the time, those who are born in the rich families, they tend to become very relaxed, and they neither become spiritually successful nor they are interested in materialism. So like that, so they just lose their track, like because of being rich. Just like if we see the example of sons of Kuvera, right? Nala Kuvera and Manigriva, they were sons of the treasurer of the demigods, Kuvera. And the activity that they were engaging in was intoxication and prostitution. So this was the activity that they were engaged in, right? So similarly, there's a comment in Srimad Bhagavatam that says that generally the children of rich people will be interested in these kind of activities, intoxication, prostitution, this kind of activities. So that's what happens. That is the act of the material illusory energy of Lord Shri Krishna, Maya. So that is another way of, illusion. So yoga bhrashto bhi jayate. So there is an advantage, but still it depends upon how you are using it. Another thing is Shuchina, being born in the families of Brahmanas or in a righteous family. So naturally there will be some kind of inclination towards the Vedic culture. And there is a possibility that we can come to Krishna consciousness in that lifetime. So the next point, what Krishna says, Athava yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimata etadhi durlabhataram loke janma yadi dirsham. Or if unsuccessful after a long practice of yoga, he takes birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Certainly such a birth is rare in this world. So yoga practice, there are two possibilities. Either you have done slightly, I'm just very little committed. Sometimes I came to the temple, I attended a little bit of classes, I did a little bit of chanting, and I left Krishna consciousness. That is one possibility. Second possibility is, I've been a very serious devotee. I've dedicated all my life properly, following all the instructions of Krishna consciousness. But somehow towards the end, I gave up Krishna consciousness, or I failed to remember Krishna in the last moment. Somehow it did not happen. I became materialistic at the end, let us say. That is the second possibility. So the first possibility, even if you do little bit of Krishna consciousness also, you're getting great benefit, right? You're getting so many years of enjoyment on the planet of pious living entities and born in family of righteous or rich aristocracy family. But if you're doing for a long time and then you miss out going back to Godhead, then what is Krishna saying is, if he takes birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom, certainly such a birth is very rare in this world, right? If unsuccessful after long practice of yoga, what would happen? You will be born in the family of transcendentalists. So this is better than being born in the family of righteous people, or being born in the family of aristocratic people is to be born in the family of transcendentalists. So that means transcendentalists are better than righteous people and aristocratic people. That we have to understand, right? So that is, being born in the family of devotees is very, very advantageous. Just like if a person is born in the family of devotees, so they will get the opportunity to associate with Krishna consciousness right from beginning, right? They have an opportunity to read Bhagavad Gita, to memorize the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita as children, and to read Prabhupada purports at such a young age, and to listen to Srimad Bhagavatam. So this opportunity is there, right? They can become devotees right from beginning, right? They can wake up early in the morning. Whatever the advanced devotees are doing, generally people come to Krishna consciousness, in their 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s or later, right? But if they are in Krishna consciousness from childhood, and if they're following all the regulative principles right from beginning, then, it takes a lot of time, to become a mature devotee. Prabhupada used to say, Srila Prabhupada said once, it will take approximately 30 years to get Krishna Prema. That is to get the love of Godhead. But of course, at the same time, Srila Prabhupada said that it requires only 1 minute to become perfect in Krishna consciousness. Both are there. But generally speaking, it definitely requires time. And when it requires time, so the earlier you start, the better. Is it not? Just like a musician, if he has to become a good musician, those people who are born in the family of musicians, they can become a better musician. Why? Because right from their childhood, their parents are musicians. He's hearing music from childhood, and their parents, grandparents, everybody is encouraging, okay, learn music, and they're giving some nice guidance. They are also correcting. So they naturally become good musicians by when they become, when they come to their 20s, they are already very good musicians. So similarly, if we are born in the family of devotees, right from beginning, the devotee family will be encouraging that, wake up early in the morning, wake up at 4 o'clock, attend Mangalarti, chant 16 rounds, right? Attend Srimad Bhagavatam classes, read Bhagavad Gita, right? Reduce materialism. So this is the kind of advices that you will get when you're born in the family of devotees. So Krishna is praising that. He says, Yetadhi durlabhataram loke janma yadi drisha. So this is the judgment of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that birth is very rare. Generally, people dream of being born in the family of rich people. Is it not? When we were small children, we'll be dreaming that, I must be born in the family of a very rich man. Or, girls will be dreaming, I must be married to a very rich man. So that is our mindset. But Krishna is not saying like that. Krishna is saying, family of transcendentalists is much better than family of aristocracy, because they are great in wisdom, right? So now, coming to this verse, 6.43. Tatratam buddhi samyogam labhate paura dehikam yatate cha tato bhuyaha samsiddhav purunandana. On taking such a birth, he revives the divine consciousness of his previous life, and he again tries to make further progress in order to achieve complete success. So there is something called as complete success, samsiddhi. Complete success is remembering Krishna at the time of death. If somebody is able to remember Krishna at the time of death, which is like the final exam, then we can go back to God. Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yah prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshaya. Means remembering Krishna at the time of death is the most important thing. It's like the final exam. Right? So samsiddhi, to complete this Krishna consciousness success, to get the full success, we have to be fully Krishna conscious. Even if we have slight tinge of materialism also, we will have to take birth again. But Krishna is encouraging Arjuna by saying, don't be worried. Even though you have to take birth again, that birth is much better than not being Krishna conscious. Because those, even if they do little bit of Krishna consciousness also, they are, they're getting a nice opportunity. They're getting a nice enjoyment. Pious living entities, being born in the family of righteous families and being born in the rich families, that opportunity is there. And if somebody is doing properly, nicely, they're getting the birth in the family of devotees. Even then, if somebody is not able to take that opportunity, then that soul is very, very unfortunate. That is unfortunate. If they're not able to take advantage of that position, that is unfortunate. Just like if you have 100 crores in your account, right? And you are taking only 100 rupees per month, that is your misfortune, right? That is not the problem of the bank. That is our miserliness, that we are not able to use properly, is it not? So similarly, when the opportunity, everything is there, somebody is born in the family of Balasubramaniam and Lata Mangeshkar, and is not able to become a musician, that is their misfortune, right? Then what we can say about such people? So, but the opportunity is definitely there, because, there is a conducive environment in the family. Everybody is encouraging, is it not? On taking such a birth, we revive the consciousness of the previous life. Right? In the previous life, we have that consciousness. That is why we are continuing. That means this Krishna consciousness is a multi-life effort. It's a multi-life effort. It's not happening in one lifetime. It takes many, many lives. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. Vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. Means after many, many lifetimes, we are coming to Krishna. Many, many lifetimes, we are getting this opportunity to hear the principles of Krishna consciousness. Now, it is up to us whether we want to go back to Godhead in this lifetime only, or in the next lifetime, or we want to postpone it. The more we postpone, the more is the suffering. That we have to understand. So it's like, if we are staying in the material world, naturally it is suffering. The more we postpone our stay here, the more we are going to suffer. Is it not? So this part we have to understand. So we should not postpone our stay here. Rather, we should try to finish it off in this lifetime only, by following the instructions given by the acharyas sincerely. By following the instructions of the acharyas very sincerely, we can easily get success in this lifetime. Right? That is very much possible. Right? And the instructions are not very difficult also. But we are not being sincere. So we have to put all our sincere efforts and do it. So the effort that we put for getting a job, the effort that we put for succeeding in a competitive exam, the effort that we put for getting a visa in foreign countries, we are not ready to put the same effort in Krishna consciousness. If we put the same effort in Krishna consciousness, even half of it also, we can become successful very easily. But we are not ready to put it, because we are not able to understand the value that we can get from Krishna consciousness. So that is what Krishna is explaining, the value of being Krishna conscious. So that means failure also is good in yoga. So there is no success or failure in Krishna consciousness. Even if somebody is failing in Krishna consciousness, still he is happy. Still he can be happy, because he is getting a good birth, good opportunity again. But a person who is not taking to yoga system, not taking to Krishna consciousness, there is no question of successful. Whatever material success that may get, it is simply very temporary. Just like if you become the prime minister in the dream, after you wake up, there is no prime minister, there is nothing. It was just a dream. It is temporary. So similarly, whatever material success that we can get in this lifetime is simply, it's going to go. It's temporary. What is the use of that? So we are eternal living entities. We have an eternal life. And how do we plan our eternal life? This is human consciousness. We have to think beyond, right? That is what Krishna is trying to expand our consciousness and expand our mind. We are only thinking about today. Just like, a child who is studying in a college is only thinking about the college. But after college also there is a life. He has to get a job. He has to do something after college. So what is the plan for that? If you're only studying for whatever is there in the college, but if you're not planning for what you will do after the college, then that's a problem. Similarly, when Krishna is informing us very clearly that you have a life after this, tata dehantara prapti, and he's telling very, and jatasya dhruvam mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya cha, guaranteed. Next birth is guaranteed. Krishna is saying that. Not only one birth, and he's telling there was no time when you are not there or I am not there. And either in the past or present or future, we will always be there. So then where is the future plan? What is our future plan? So this we have to think, right? So Krishna consciousness gives us the future plan. That means we are planning for our future. Our future is in our hands. How we are associating with how we are maintaining our consciousness, whether we are maintaining in divine consciousness by doing yoga system, or we are spoiling our consciousness and becoming materially contaminated by following material association. This is in our hands. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.